Hello YouTube. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to launch a scientific satellite. As you can see, this thing has two computer cores, one for scientific equipment and one for flight control, as well as an SAS unit, plenty of RCS and fuel for maneuvering, as well as a big scanner dish. Oh yeah, I meant to remove these, sorry about that. Okay, I have three stages here, the outer ones draining before the inner ones, which is what these fuel lines are for. And when we reach the proper orbit, we'll separate the satellite here and move the rest of the ship slowly away from it using RCS. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can launch now. Okay. I tried recording this once before and the game died on me, but not this time it seems. Okay. Shouldn't be too much lag, but the ship will spin when we move through the atmosphere, because this part isn't that balanced. But that's safe as long as we don't try turning too soon. Just means we have to launch straight up instead of turning horizontally while still in the atmosphere. Okay, so let's launch. And we're already spinning. The spin will slow down once we reach the thinner atmosphere around here. Actually, I'm going to bring the volume down a bit so I can hear myself think, because it's really loud in my headphones. Okay, did that, and we're on our way. Wow, and these guys are terrified. People like that, I mean, they make me miss Jeb. He was way better suited for this kind of thing. Okay, first set of fuel tanks gone. We should have more than enough fuel to make it into orbit and launch our satellite. This thing should have enough fuel to get to the moon and back safely. I tried it already with a slightly smaller ship and smaller satellite, so it should get me there. In fact, I hope that this design will be good enough. Yeah, it does lag a bit. Yeah, anyway, I hope this design will get me to all three spots for placing our satellites, I mean. Yeah, the SAS tends to overcompensate, so I'm toggling it on and off so that it fixes on a new spot when it trying to set it up so that it's so as to toggle it on and off when the spin is nearly when there is almost no spin, so that it won't try to spin in the opposite direction, because that just starts the whole problem up again. Okay, and that's the third set of fuel tanks there. Oh yeah, when the game died on me, it didn't save my latest modifications. There was supposed to be an extra fuel tank on top of that outer stack. Well, two stacks. Sorry, sets of stacks. Okay, I think, yeah, we're out of the atmosphere, so it's safe to turn now. Okay, anyway, this ship should be more than enough for this mission. The added weight to this satellite shouldn't be a problem. After all, we're only putting this in orbit around our own planet and not going anywhere else. Should have plenty of fuel for that. Okay, burning towards 90 degrees. We'll want a nice circular orbit, but we should manage this relatively easily. Yeah, you can see these moving. That's the SAS trying to compensate for the wobble of the ship. Although these struts take care of that pretty well. Okay. We want a speed of 2200 meters per second and change. Okay, what is Windows doing there? Okay, let's slow down and burn a bit closer to the apoapsis. I want to aim for a circular orbit, and that means burning a bit later, because we want to push out the opposite side of the orbit and not push this side out further. Oh yeah, it's nice and hard to control. Doesn't want to obey me. It doesn't have to be perfect. The satellite has engines for correcting its position, so it's still a successful mission even if we are a degree or two off. Okay, how close are we? Little more than 1 minute, so let's start burning again slowly, but not at full thrust yet. Ideally we would want to burn for a minute getting to this point and for a minute after that. But we want to make sure we don't fall short. At the very least we need to achieve a stable orbit, namely one that is above 70 kilometers, because that's where the atmosphere starts, and that will eventually slow you down enough to make you crash into the planet. And we want this satellite to be up here for a long time. Yeah, this is stuff from my test flights. Most of it should eventually come down on the planet, since the lowest points of most of these orbits are within the atmosphere. But that will probably take some time. Okay, 40 seconds away. So, yeah, we'll get there easily. Another 700-800 meters and we'll have ourselves a stable orbit. You need, when judging how close to an orbit you are, you need to look at the speed more than you look at these lines here, because it's the speed that really determines how close to orbiting you are. Okay, and I need to adjust my trajectory there. Okay, almost there. Okay, let's wait a bit longer until we're closer to that. Shouldn't need a lot, as long as we burn before the apoapsis and have at least a minute. As long as we burn at least a minute before the apoapsis, we are more or less safe. Okay, turn. That's when we're going up, when we're close to the speed we want. We can do our burn in less time and still do it safely. Of course, it's a question of precision versus the safety margin you have available. Namely, how safe you want to play it and how precisely do you want to set it up. Okay, now we have a stable orbit, both sides being above 70 kilometers. So now we make this orbit circular, or